Mark Consuelos isn't just another familiar face on television. For decades, he has been a household name. An actor, presenter, and most recently co-host alongside his wife, Kelly Ripa, on Live with Kelly and Mark. His charm, wit, and undeniable connection with Kelly have made him a staple of American daytime television. Yet beyond the cameras, Mark is also a devoted husband and a loving father to their 3 children, Michael, Lola, and Vim. That is why the recent revelations about his health have struck such a deep chord with fans. The headlines, the whispers, and even the visible emotion from Kelly Ripa herself tells us that something serious has been happening behind the scenes. Something that goes far beyond the bright studio lights. And as doctors' words begin to emerge, as family members rally in private, and as Kelly's tears remind us of the fragility of life, the story of Mark Consuelos takes on a new dimension, one not of celebrity, but of humanity. Mark Consuelos first won hearts in the 1990s. When he appeared on All My Children. It wasn't just his acting talent that caught attention. It was his undeniable chemistry with a co-star named Kelly Ripa. The two fell in love on and off the screen, and their romance blossomed into one of the most enduring marriages in Hollywood. Through the years, Mark has reinvented himself time and again, from soap operas to prime-time dramas like Riverdale, and finally stepping into the role of co-host alongside Kelly. He has always carried himself with a mix of humility and charm. But what fans admire most isn't simply his career. It's the way he has always prioritized family. Whether cheering on Waken at wrestling tournaments, celebrating milestones with Lola, or watching Mark following his footsteps into acting, Mark has consistently reminded the world that his proudest role is that of dad. Yet, behind this image of strength and vitality, something else has been brewing, something far more sobering. In recent weeks, reports surfaced that Mark Consuelos has been facing significant health challenges. While neither he nor Kelly immediately spoke about the situation publicly, insiders close to the family began to share fragments of information. Doctors monitoring his condition have revealed concerns that can no longer be kept behind closed doors. It isn't just exhaustion from the demanding schedule of a live morning show or the stress of balancing multiple projects. This time the word serious has entered the conversation. Kelly Ripa, usually the embodiment of energy and optimism on air, has shown flashes of vulnerability. Loyal viewers noticed moments where her voice cracked, where her eyes seemed teary, and where her usually effortless laughter seemed harder to summon. For those who know her, it was a sign something was deeply troubling her. And the cause of that concern is the man she has stood beside for nearly 3 decades. Kelly Ripa has always been celebrated as a woman of resilience, wit, and grace. On screen, she can turn any awkward moment into comedy gold. Off-screen, she has been described as fiercely loyal, deeply protective, and a devoted mother. But nothing, no script, no performance, no professional experience could prepare her for hearing doctors express serious concerns about her husband's health. Sources close to the couple reveal that Kelly, despite her strength, broke down in tears when the reality of Mark's condition became clear. She has always been his biggest cheerleader, the one who believed in him when no one else did. And now she finds herself facing the unthinkable. The possibility of a future where their life together is altered forever. Her pain is not just for herself, but for their children. For Michael, who looks so much like his father. For Lola, who shares Mark's bold personality, and for Waken, who has always been especially close to his dad. Kelly worries about how they would cope, about how they would process seeing their father in a weakened state. Behind the smiles on Live, behind the carefully crafted moments of levity, lies a woman. carrying an emotional burden that words can barely capture. This isn't the first time Mark has faced physical challenges. In the past, he has spoken candidly about the toll of maintaining his fitness routine, about injuries from years of intense exercise, and about the silent pressure men often feel to appear strong no matter what. But as the years pass, even the strongest body begins to show signs of wear. Doctors now suggest that years of a high-energy lifestyle combined with the natural effects of aging may be catching up with him in ways that can't be ignored. For someone like Mark, whose public image is tied to vitality, strength, and presence, this is not just a physical challenge. It is an emotional and psychological one. He must now reconcile the man he has always been with the reality of his body's limits. What has struck fans most in this unfolding story is Kelly's fierce devotion to her husband. Insiders say she has been by Mark's side at every medical consultation, asking questions, taking notes, and refusing to let any detail go overlooked. Her determination, often seen in her professional life, now channels entirely into her role as wife. While she may cry in private, while fear may creep in during quiet moments, Kelly refuses to let despair define her. She believes in Mark, in their love, and in the power of family. Those close to them describe a household that is at once heavy with worry and filled with love. Movie nights, shared dinners, long walks, and quiet conversations now carry even more weight. The little things, the laughter at breakfast, the sound of their children's voices, the comfort of simply being together have become treasures. The big question now is what happens next? Will Mark step back from his demanding role on Liv to prioritize his health? Will Kelly take on fewer commitments so she can focus entirely on her husband? Insiders suggest that major lifestyle changes may already be underway. Mark has reportedly begun prioritizing rest, adjusting his diet, and undergoing treatments recommended by his doctors. Kelly, meanwhile, has taken on the role of protector, shielding him not just from the press, but even from overwork. The doctor's words may have shaken the Consuelos family, but they have also served as a wake-up call, a reminder that what matters most is not ratings, red carpets, or public appearances. What matters is health. What matters is family. What matters is the love that binds them. As this story continues to unfold, one thing has become clear. Mark